Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the pod. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we are covering the epigraph from Fourth Wing, Chapter 16. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you have not read all three books, it may be time to turn back. We are not rated E for everyone. Xavier has a degree in cussing, and he is not afraid to use it. We do discuss any and all adult topics covered in these books. We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into the context of the entire series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold, so here's our one-sentence summary of the chapter. Jack tries to threaten Violet, but it's Dane let me touch your face Atos who tries to boss her into choosing Andarna to avoid being tethered to Xaden through the mate bond between Terran and Sigale. But ultimately, Violet keeps both dragons, earning her a unique dragon relic and a kiss from Dane that turns out to be way less hot than she expected. There are 6 minutes on the clock and so much Fourth Wing lore, it dwarfs even Jack's envy of Violet bonding Terran. So don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Terran distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your mind.
And go.
Though this officer considers himself to be an expert on all matters dragonkind, there is a great deal we don't know about the way dragons govern themselves. There is a clear hierarchy among the most powerful, and deference is paid to elders. But I have not been able to discern how it is they make laws for themselves, or at what point a dragon decided to bond only one rider rather than go for the better odds, with two. Colonel Kaori's Field Guide to Dragonkind. Do you think the Field Guide to Dragonkind was updated after Violet bonded two, or was this a thought that Kaori had before Violet bonded two dragons?
Oh, I think this is a thought that he had before because, Navarians would love to have more signets and more people and more riders. And the dragons are the ones saying, I'm only going to bond one rider and create one signet. Do they only channel enough magic for one rider? Probably not. But the
Is only one 20-year-old tolerable? I mean, I feel like among dragons, for Terran, I think probably one 20-year-old is enough. That's all he can deal with. Atrum, I don't know. I feel like he's young, he's fun. He and Riddick are like developmentally the same place. He could have like a whole group of 20-year-old writer buddies, but I don't know how good he'd be at that point.
well, and we don't really know much about this partner magic that Rebecca Yarros mentioned that we're supposed to learn a whole lot about in the next two books. But the uh digging into that partner bond, like if you bond more than one person, do you smush their minds together?
So, like, if a dragon bonded two people, would those two people be able to speak mind to mind to each other? Yes.
Well, yes, but like would you be able to keep their minds separate, or would they go all like Xaden, Violet in the throne room mushed together?
Well, the way that Violet describes it, there are these different pathways, right? And she even talks about how this magic has different colors, right? Her pathway to Xaden is different than her pathway to Tyrion, is different than her pathway to Andarna. Um, and I don't know that what's going on with Xaden and Violet, where he seems to be inside her mind, is because of those pathways. So
Which
could a separate type of bond or a separate type of magic be what's driving that? Or is it purely because of being bonded to mated dragons?
Well, I mean, again, we get all this stuff from Violet's point of view, and we understand, her handling of the channeled magic and her, you know, room where she's shutting doors to build up her build up her shields. But none of that applies when Xaden and her just mush together, right? I mean, when he's like, here's some memories, wield some lightning, or like they're, having wild and crazy throne room, sex, and their minds just mush together and they become like a single cognitive entity. Like, I mean, she doesn't talk about like controlling that. It's like she doesn't even recognize it's happening.
Yeah, not until, like, after the fact, and she's certainly not aware in the moment enough to be like, "Oh, let me trace the magical pathway that this is happening through." Oh, I'm looking forward to learning more about
Yeah,
this.
so I wonder if dragons are not bonding two riders because it, you know, does something with their mind.
The dragon, the riders, or both?
Well, I mean, mostly with with the two riders, that two humans can't handle being bonded to one dragon and that triangle pairing because it pulls their brains, their consciousness too close together.
Hmm.
Like they'd have to like continually shield. Like would they have the same dreams? Would they go into the dream state together? Because we know that you can interact in the dream state that at least with dreamwalker magic, that this is a problem. So, two dragons bonding, a human, clearly and Darna and Terran's mind aren't smushing together, but we do have a lot of evidence that even in a mated pair bond, the humans' minds get all convoluted.
And yet the dragon minds are definitely still distinct and separate because even though that's the most intimate and powerful bond in all of the dragon existence, and it's visceral and, um, almost, like, beyond their control, um, they can still keep things from each other. They can still hide information from each other. Um, but it almost feels like what's going on with Xaden and Violet, it's beyond, in some ways, beyond their control. And is that because they're not aware enough? They haven't developed the ability to control it, or is it because it truly is beyond their control? I don't know.
Well, and has it happened in the past? And is this part of what's lost to history? And if you're going to have this human convoluted mating bond, you need to have particular shielding and training to keep things separate. And this is just, a skill lost to history.
Has the erasing of the history of Navarre actually erased the fact that maybe 2 humans did bond the same dragon, or a dragon 2 dragons bonded the same human in the past? Like, has this happened before and we just don't know because that was part of what was erased? And someone like Kaori would have no idea unless a dragon told him, I would
Could this be
assume.
in the missing pages?
The missing pages from the journal?
Yeah.
Oh, because of with the first 6.
What are
What
the
if the first 6 was actually, like, the first 10?
oh,
Because
I think we are over time. I think
oh, no!
okay. I don't know what happened, but we are beyond time for sure. Okay. Our timer didn't go off.
Our
We
kid
missed it.
texted
We
us,
got distracted. All right. So Taryn distracted us all today. Sorry about that.
or our kid, she's kind of like a dragon. Um, anyway, did we blow your mind? Let us know in the comments, and remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.